In this video, we will quickly create the foot roll, meaning that we will input a bit of rotation in the foot and slightly adjust the whole motion. This is going to be pretty straightforward. I will select the foot roll controller that is in the back of the foot. I will first select the correct controller, the one I'm working on, and I will rotate it a bit forward as the foot is kind of under the torso. It starts to raise during the passing pose. From there I can go a few frames before, and I will cancel the rotation by pressing Alt-R in the 3D view. From there I will go forward into the animation to the contacting pose. I will cancel the rotation of the controller, and then I will rotate it backward so that the heel is currently touching the ground first. As you can see, those rotations from the side view only affect the X rotation channel of this controller. I will flatten the foot a couple of frames after the contact pose by pressing Alt-R in the 3D view. When the heel touches the ground, the foot gets flat pretty fast. Let's now refine a bit the curve. I will slightly offset the beginning of the raising of the heel to frame 16, and I will make it lean forward a little more on frame 43, so that we have some dragging of the front toes while the foot is moving forward. This will serve as our base motion, and from there I will just adjust the amplitude of the curve, making the contacting pose a bit wider. Then I will adjust the roll of the foot forward, so I will slightly increase frame 43 amplitude so that the foot is bending backward a little more. I'm basically slightly pushing the pose by pushing those curves up, by contrasting the curve as we have seen just before. Now I'd like a bit of a kicking motion whenever the foot is reaching its forward position by simply duplicating the extreme key down and offsetting it back by a couple of frames. It's a bit like when we are holding the foot up in the air before it touches the ground. It brings a bit of contrast, it makes it a little more mechanical. From there, it's just a matter of tweaking the curve and spend a whole lifetime adjusting those curves without getting a perfect motion. But with a couple of adjustments and a bit of dragging, we can get a satisfying motion. Here I feel like the foot is too close to the torso, so I will select my torso controller and offset the whole Z curve on the Y-axis in the graph editor. This is one of the cool things about this method, is that we can play with the different channels to adjust the animation. I have a slight clipping between the torso and the thigh that I will probably fix later on. If needed, you can also adjust the foot position and the timing whenever it's falling compared to the body motion. Here I'm slightly offsetting the timing of the foot so that it lands slightly sooner and so that then the torso is falling. So this is the kind of thing I will continue on tweaking during the animation. The idea is to get the torso root right and the feet right before going on. In the next video, we will animate the toes.